Get money, we're gonna Super Bowl. Shit. Oh. Yo, everybody, how you doing? King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a wonderful afternoon. Now, have you ever read something so ridiculous that you had to share it with people? You just had to share it, you know what I mean? Because I think I had that happen to me today, okay? Now, I'm working on my top 5 best young quarterbacks in the NFL. I didn't get to finish it this weekend because of everything that had went on. So I was working on it today, and I was also playing, searching on the internet, NFL stuff, and I came upon this other list, and it was from The Score. I guess 3 editors at The Score, and they basically ranked the top 32 non-rookie quarterbacks in the NFL. Now, here's the thing, okay? They had this list. You couldn't base it on prior accomplishments, the team, what kind of team the player has. You couldn't base it upon their youth or their age. You basically couldn't use anything that you would use to basically rank quarterbacks, okay? Injury, you assumed everybody was going to be healthy next year relatively the way they were. That I could understand. But certain things like, prior accomplishments, statistics, you're supposed to throw this all out the window and they make a list. Now, I don't know who the hell came up with this list, but I want to share some of the things in it because I think it's insanity, okay? They had Nick Foles ranked 29th, the 29th best quarterback. They had Sam Bradford ahead of him by a couple slots. They had Patrick Mahomes, who played in 1 game, okay? How could he even be ranked if he's only played in 1 game if you're not basing it on anything they've done in the past or their youth? I don't get it. Eli Manning was ahead of him. Casey Keenum, who he whipped up in the NFC Championship game, was ahead of him. What are they using? And then it's interesting because when you read, like, the reasoning, they use statistics and prior accomplishments to make their point. But then they say in it, and when it starts, that you can't use prior accomplishments or statistics from the past. But then how did you come up with a stinking ranking? It's so stupid. I'm sorry, this is annoying as hell. They had Jared Goff ranked 19th. They had Marcus Mariota ranked 12th. How does Mariota get ahead of Jared Goff? Okay, Dak Prescott was ahead of Deshaun Watson. How can that possibly be? Okay, with Prescott, it was, it ain't his fault. It's not his fault. The team, they didn't have their players around them, all this stuff. But you're not supposed to put team situations upon any of the rankings or consider it for the rankings, but you use it to explain yourself. Stupid. Okay? This is what I call dingbats. Then they had Dak Prescott 15. 15. I don't know. Deshaun Watson to me is better than Dak Prescott. Jared Goff was better. Jameis Winston was better. All ranked below Dak Prescott, okay? Then you had Carson Wentz. Now, these are fighting. I'm ready to fight when I read this. But they had Wentz ranked 7th. Do you know how infuriating that is? 7th. They had Matt Ryan ahead of Carson Wentz. Why? What did he do last year? You know what I mean? Basically, Aaron Rodgers was number 1. I'm not going to argue with that. Brady was number 2. I'm not going to argue with that. Although, you can't use prior accomplishments, so you can't put Brady 1, I guess is what they're saying. But you can't hold Brady's age against him either. So what the hell? So Brady was 2. Breeze was 3. Let me think. Russell Wilson was 4, I believe. Number 5 was, I think, Matt Ryan. Number 6 was Ben Roethlisberger. And number 7 was Carson Wentz. I don't understand how you can make this list and consider it anywhere accurate at all. If you don't use accomplishments, the team around them, the youth, injury history, any of those things, you have to use to rate a quarterback. but they didn't. So basically what this is these are our favorite players in order, because that's the only way it would make any sense. Anyways, I'm going to leave the link in the description box below so you guys can look at this. To me, this is the most ridiculous list I've ever read. And basically, I'm getting ready to do my my top 5 young quarterbacks. I'm going to do the opposite of what they say. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Don't be a dingbat.